Hello, it's Michael from TV4Education, and we're going to be doing new user training. Okay, so you're a new user, you're new to TV4Education. Where do I start? The first thing you need to know is what the web address is, and your web address will be something.functionalsolutions.com.au, and that something is your school name. So if you're saying John's, it might be ST John's or it might be STJ. So you do need to know what the URL is. You can put that into any browser, and when you do, what's going to come up, depending if your school is also running a sophisticated library management system called Smart Suite, you might get a list of just books. Okay, and so when you log in, that's what you're going to see, and that's the starting point for any one running TV4Education. Now, when we say that's the starting point, what it's going to do is it's going to show you all the material that you are allowed to see. Okay, so as an example, I can look at this book if I was a library system as well. However, when I try to run the videos on the system, if I click a video, this is what's going to happen. It's going to try and load the video, and then it'll discover, oops, I'm not logged in, so I can't show you a video unless I am logged in. So that's your starting point. You have to be logged in to watch any kind of digital content, and that's part of copyright, because we do not want you making your content available to someone the other side of the globe. Okay, it's only for your school and only for authorized people in your school. So you can see I'm not logged in, so it's telling me I can't. So let's go and log in. How do we log in? There's a sign in button here. You can click and sign in, and if you've got a username and password, you put that in there. If you're single sign on, doesn't matter what you single sign on with, we can interface and set that up for you. So I'm going to log in. That's my username. That's my password. Now, once I've logged in, I get the same screen as before, which is my schools collection. Okay. And when you get to your schools collection, you can alternatively choose a landing page, which is different. But by default, 99% of users go to the schools collection. And what the schools collection here, I'll press that video. Okay. And when I click the video, watch what happens. It will come up here and the video will start playing. All right. And that's the big advantage of the thing. And I can fast forward. Okay, I can go backwards, okay, and I can even stop the video. So that's what you can do. Now, these videos, where do they come from? That's the second part of the TV4Education. When you put videos on the system, they will appear here. Okay, now let's say, for argument's sake, a teacher put Ramsey's Kitchen, and he's a foul-mouthed person, and it's not appropriate, his language, for students. And I was going to say it's probably not appropriate for anybody. But if it's on the system, and what happens if I'm a P212 school and a student comes in and clicks it and the video loads, and then he goes off into a rant, and an abusive rant. The last thing you want to do is to have a video come up here and have inappropriate videos coming up here. So in the schools collection, you can set up a security system so that what's appropriate for year ones will only play for year ones when they logged in. What's appropriate for year 6 will play for year 6 when they logged in. What's appropriate for year 10s will only play for year 10s and above. Okay, so you need to understand and learn about security. So when videos are added to the system, it's added with certain securities as default, and you can change them. Okay, so number one, you have to be signed in. Number two, your profile will determine what you can watch and what you cannot watch. Okay, now let me deal with how a profile is set up. So you've got Justin Scott, and Justin has just joined the school, and he's in year 6, and you want to be able to give him access to videos. So the first thing you need to do, you need to be able to click on that menu button up here. And if you're an administrator, you will have the patron button. When you click the patron and go to patron management, it's going to bring up the patron screen. And in the screen, this is where you will enter and create new patrons. There is a way of bulk importing them. We're not going to talk about that. So if you need to bulk import all your patrons, probably good idea to learn how to do it. And it will take you all of about 15 minutes the very first time to do it. And then thereafter, literally a minute, you can import all your patrons every week and update all their parameters every week. Okay, so but set aside 15 minutes if you want to do it. So when you click on the patron record, this is the patron's record. Okay, we have an identifier, which could be the barcode, could be his admin number, could be his library number. We really don't care. Okay, the next thing is his first name and his surname. Let me go to another patron up here on the system. Okay, so here we go. So no, I won't even grab this one. I'll grab another patron. Well, we'll go with Michael Fernandez. So Michael Fernandez's barcode is 111. So if Michael logged in with 111, it'll ask him for his password, and as long as his password was entered in the system, it'll bring him up. Well, what videos will it show him? First of all, it'll only show him videos for year 8 and under. He cannot look at year 9 videos. Okay, and that security number corresponds to his year level, and it's generally set by his class grade. So if he's an 8, he'll have an 8. If he's a 5, year 5, he'll get a 5. If he's a year 12, he'll get a year 12. And if he's a teacher, okay, if he is a teacher and there's a teacher classification here, then what's going to happen is he will get a clearance of 50. So basically all the students correspond to their year level, teachers are 50, and the administrators are 999. Okay, so that's how securities are set up. Now once you allocate a security, you need to click on change password, give him a password. My recommendation is make everybody's password, and then you won't have any issue. So you'll put in the password of password, lowercase, validate the password all in lowercase. You'll go change password, and then what you can do is you can tell everybody you need to log in with your barcode and the password's password, and you're up and running. Or you can say, no, you still log in with your barcode, you still log in with password. However, when you log in, if you click that, it's going to ask you to give yourself your own password. And of course, kids being kids and teachers being teachers, they'll put their passwords in and they will forget it. So all you do, you come back here, you do a find, you call up the patron, click on change password, change it back to password, and say, Marianne, I've reset your password to password, so go ahead and log in and give yourself another password. And she'll say, oh, I just remembered my password. Can I reuse my old password? Absolutely. They can use anything as a password. That's between them and the system. You'll never see it. We'll never see it. It's particular just to them, and when it's stored on our system, it's all encrypted, so we'll never know what the password is. Okay, so if someone says they forgot it, can you tell me? Just reset their password. Okay, and that's how you put the password in. Now Michael can log in with a barcode of 111, but it's a primary school student, so why don't you make this as an alternative login? Michael dot, so his first name dot surname, so he can log in using 111 or Michael dot Fernandez, or how about his email address? Okay, so now Michael can log in either with this or with this or with this. And if you say, yes, but we've got 1,000 students and they've got a barcode, we'd love to be able to use that. Do you mean to say I have to set up that for every student? No, not really. You tell us, and as long as you got first name, we'll take that all in lowercase and put it up there. We'll put a full stop after it, then we'll take that and put it after it. And done. It'll take us 2 minutes. Okay? So that's how you create a user. Now, whenever you create a user, the role will always be student. However, Michael's come along and he's not a student. He's actually a teacher. So if you're going to put a teacher on, or a parent, preferably a teacher, you're putting a teacher on, then the role shouldn't be student. What you do is, if you want to put a teacher on, just click in the role space and go down to teacher. Click on teacher, and now you'll go save, and that will give him his role. Except what's going to happen is you can click that email login, and then that teacher, Michael, on that email address will get a welcome letter if you click the email login. I'll say, hello Michael, welcome to TV4Education. This is what it's all about, and if you'd like some videos to train, have a look at these links. So it'll give them a little bit of information, and when they log in, they will have the TV4Education button, and they will have none of these other buttons there. They'll just go search, and they'll have Schools Collection or TV4Education button. That's it. Okay. Now, when we're talking about the Schools Collection, this is all the videos that other teachers have added onto the system. And it's very important for you to allow them to add whatever they want to add. And if they want to go and add videos and movies on Game of Thrones and all that sort of stuff, just make them aware that this is an educational system, and yes, you have access to that stuff, but everything you add will be tagged with your name. And not only that, if you're the administrator, up on the menu button here, you'll get a red dot. As you can see, I've got 252. Well, in your case, it might be 3, it might be 1, it might be 5. But that number in that red dot means you need to go in there, you need to click on the mailbox as an administrator. And when you click on the mailbox, what you need to do is you need to have a look. That video was added by someone with a login called library, and they were an admin. That was added by the library, or it was added by Joe Smith, or it was added by Michael Fernandez. And then you can click on it and you can go and edit the catalog record. There's a whole bunch of other things you can do. You can change the security of the item. Okay, you can see who put it on the system for you. And as you keep going through all of these, that number 252 will go down to 251, 250, 249, and so forth and so on, until you eventually come to 0. So the goal is to make sure that it's 0 there. It's just that every time someone adds a video to the collection, if you're an administrator, you will get notified, new video, and it'll tell you that it was added by Joe Smith or Marianne Black. And the reason why you get notified is because you might want to do this. You might want to click and watch it, okay? Or you might not want to watch it because you've researched that and you know what it's all about. So you might want to click on I for information. Under the title, there'll be an edit button. Very important. When you click on edit, what's going to happen is the catalog record will come up. You can go ahead and you can change the security. Not from teachers only, which is what that is. You can change it to, it's all right for year 9 and above, or it's all right for 0. It's Singing in the Rain, or Sound of Music. So it's okay for everybody to watch it if necessary, okay? You can add subjects to it. You can go and add notes, and you say, this is an amazing video because it deals with the topic of volcanic eruptions in the South Pacific. And so you can type in whatever you like. It's relation to this particular assignment number, assignment 23 science. So put in whatever you like, because every word that you type in, no matter where you typed it in the bibliography, when you come to here and you want to do a search, okay, and you type in a search term in the search bar, you're expecting to get resources that match that search term. So if I go and I type in cat, it's going to bring up all the material that has cat somewhere in the bibliography of that record. And of course, I've got books because I'm also running my library system through here. However, if there was no books, it'll only come up with all the videos. And when you click on the video will play. Okay. Now, let's pretend that this video is a year 12 video and it's dealing about Pythagoras' theorem, but you're teaching some kids in advanced maths in year 10, and you would like to make sure that they get a copy of that video, but it's year 12 and above. If you want to override the security rating of that video to give it to someone lower, easy. All you do is you click on that share icon. You say, I want to share this video with my year 8s. It'll generate a new link, and then all you do is you highlight that with your mouse, okay? Right click, copy, and email it to your students. Put it into Google Classrooms, put it in Microsoft 365, put it into any learning management system. And this is what it's going to look like. You shouldn't concern yourself with what it looks like, but I'm going to put it there so you can see. It's a dirty, great, big, all sorts of characters in there. And please don't even try and retype it. You're better off to go control copy and control paste, because when they click on it, guess what? Whether it's in a learning management system or an email, this is the way that it will work for them. It'll take over their whole screen. The synopsis will come up for a couple of seconds, then it'll disappear, and the video will play, and they in turn can go fast forward if they wanted to, and they can go backwards, and they can do anything they like with that video now that they've got it. Okay? And let's pretend that this is Pythagoras' theorem, and it's a year 12 student, and he's doing an assignment. And he said, I've had to answer a few questions on Pythagoras' theorem, more in an essay, because I'm doing pure maths, and they want an explanation as to why I believe in whatever it is I believe about Pythagoras' theorem. Now, this goes for 45 minutes, but I would like to get a copy of that, and I would like to edit from here to here. I just want literally only 3 minutes of the video which backs up my argument. So if you just want that little section of the video, be nice if you could download it and just edit it with anything, any MPEG-4 editor, because everything we do is industry standard. So all you do is you click on I for information, and you'll have a look at all of that, and what you're looking for is the URL. At the end of every video is a URL, and if you just click that URL, what it will do is it will ask you, where would you like me to save this video on your computer or your iPad or your Android pad or your mobile phone? Just click save, and it will download a physical copy of that entire video. And because it's all MPEG-4, industry standard, you can use any MPEG-4 editor to edit that video and then submit it as part of your assignment. All legal, all covered by copyright. Okay, so you might be a student that is at school and you have to watch this video. The only problem being time's running out and you need to get a copy of this to watch it at home. Why don't you just click the I for information, download the video onto your mobile phone or iPad or PC at school, and then copy it to your laptop, and you've got a copy of it for homework. Okay, so you can do that as long as you can play that video and as long as you've been given a URL for it. Okay, so that's dealing in a nutshell with everything that's on the school's collection that now has been added by teachers. Only teachers and library staff can add, and the students only have access to this page, and when they log in they can only see what's appropriate for their particular year level. However, we want to know, how do I add content? Where do I go to get content? And what kind of content is there? So, because you're a teacher, you will have the TV4Education button. Go ahead and click on it. And this will take you to a whole new bright world of digital. In here, you will find over 160,000 videos across every topic and across every curriculum outcome that you ever would need to teach. And we've divided to make it easy. Recently added Learning Tube, curriculum coded specific topics, documentaries, movies, YouTube, and we'll deal with all, and lessons, by the way. Have a look at some of our lessons. Okay, now I'm a science teacher. I don't want to click here and just go look, what have they got? I want to just do a search of science. Do a search of science, and there's all your science videos. And by the way, that's not all, okay? Whenever you do a search, you need to scroll and the next page and scroll and the next page and scroll and the next page and scroll, and you can be here forever. If you watched every video on our system, what you will notice is it'll take you over 2 years without stopping for dinner. It just goes on, and it's growing at the rate of about 250 videos a week minimum. Now, there's my science videos. I don't want to look at just science. I want to look at physics. Well, you can go science, space, physics, or you can come to subjects and choose the subject area you want to be in. So if I go STEM, and within STEM, I want technology. So when you do that, there's your STEM technology. Then you can scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. And if you say, that's interesting, that's the one I want, click on it. And it will play it for you. Okay. Now, if you want this video in your school's collection, any video in your school's collection, you have to press play to play it. Once it comes up, all you need to do is click the star. And that's added it to your school's collection. That's it. And if I now go out, exit out of here because I don't want that anymore, and I want this particular one, and I'd like that in my school's collection, press the star. It'll add it to my school's collection, and that's it. And I don't want that one anymore. I want this one, and I'd like that in my school's collection. Press the star, and it'll add it to your school's collection. And that's how you get content from our 160,000 videos onto your school's collection. And if you turn around and say, oh, I did a subject search, but I noticed you've got a YouTube button. That's right. Click on the YouTube button. Okay, and then have a look, and you go, oh, ingenious wheels. Click on that YouTube video. So if you want to have a look at anything that's ingenious about these wheels, and you think, oh, that's brilliant, I'd like that in my school's collection, click on the star. That YouTube gets added to the school's collection. So how about that? How about going to this YouTube collection and then clicking on the star? Add that to the YouTube collection, and off you go. And when you go back into your school's collection, in those 3 minutes that I was talking to you, I have actually gone and added, guess what? All these videos there for you. Okay? And they'll all get added when appropriate. So if you want to restrict that video, click on the video, click on the edit, okay, and then get into the catalog screen, and in the catalog screen change it, and you say, that security is 50, which is teachers only. I want to make it 12 for year 12s and above. Or you can say, no, I will leave it as a 50, and if I want to show that to my give it to my year 12s, I'll click the share icon, leave it as teachers only, and say, I want to share it with my year 12s, blank screen, new URL. Now, take that URL, and then just go right click, copy, and then email it, or put into your learning management, or put into your Google Classrooms, or wherever you can put an internet link. And when they click it, it will play. But the best part of it all is, if you ever use that link to give your students a video, we will give you a report. Who clicked, when they clicked, how often they clicked, and we'll give you all that information. So you don't have to wait till the end of the month to find out if they're ready for the exam. If you sent that video today, at the end of the week, why don't you click on it before you dismiss your kids and see who has already participated in that homework? Okay, and not only that, we can even give you a report that will automatically come to you at the end of the week of all the people who have not watched any of the content. We can give you a totally different one of all the people who have watched the content, or who have watched it more than 3 times. So we can do all kinds of fancy stuff in the reports for you, which we're not going to deal with today. All you need to know is, when it comes to report, we can show you how to create some incredible creative reports. So we'll start you off with one, and then you can get on your bike and just run reports till the cows come home. Okay, so that's how that would work. Now let's go back to TV4Education, because I have to teach a very specific topic on a very specific curriculum code. So I can come in here, and one of the things that we do and we promise, and we are unique in this aspect, unlike our competitors, you don't have to go with a bowl in hand and beg for some teacher, not even the supplier of your system. You got to go and beg for some teacher somewhere to upload a particular video that you want, okay, and hope that they've had the recording from whenever. So let's go and put in a video that you want, or a topic that you want. Now I'm putting in rubbish here, okay, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I want a specific outcome. So type in whatever it is you want and pretend that it's a real topic or real curriculum outcome. When you click search, if you ever get no results found, don't be disheartened. You don't have to go and beg somebody for something, because all you need to do as a teacher, click on my requests, and in the my request page, you can go, I want to make a request, and I want to make a topic request, and it's for my year 10s, and give us a curriculum code so we can do our own research and narrow in. So tell us what the curriculum code is, tell us what the subject is, tell us the lesson aim, and then give us some more information on what you're trying to communicate or what you'd like to communicate through this particular video. And then just go submit and relax. Give us 48 hours maximum, and we'll come back to you with a whole bunch of resources to address the request that you've put in. And you can make as many requests as you like, okay? And what will happen is, what you're doing is making sure that you can have any number of videos to cover any number of topics that you need to communicate and teach as a teacher. Now, what happens if you say, this is all very well and good, I'm a YouTube user, I just love using YouTube because it probably satisfies 90% of everything I need to do, okay? And YouTube is constantly evolving, so I can go there. Well, we have a really nice surprise for you. As a teacher, you can go and click on the menu button. You can come down to Smart Classrooms, and you've got Create a Lesson. You can create a lesson on any digital item in the collection, or even direct from TV4Education. So I'm going to go into maths division, okay? So that's the name of my lesson. I'm going to save the lesson, and then I'm going to add a resource. You can see I can add TV4Education resources, YouTube resources. I can upload my own files. I can add websites or content from my school's URL or my Google Drive. I can add text. Let's go and do content on maths. Maths division, and do a search. And what will happen is I want YouTube content, okay, in that area. And now I do a search and I go, okay, so I didn't type in. Maths division. Oh, Maths and Tech. This guy is really brilliant. I'm going to add his video to that lesson. And let's go back here. And what have those? Oh, that looks interesting. I'll also add this video to my lesson. And there it is. Now, if I want to share this as a lesson, what will happen is it'll just be these two videos. It won't have any of these buttons. Just be two videos, and I just click share, and all I do is I grab that URL. See where it says share link? As soon as you click anywhere in there, it says the link has been copied to your clipboard. Now I can go and put it into my Google Classrooms or wherever, but that's not the outcome I want. I want to play that video. So when a student clicks on it, this is the experience that they'll get. It'll play that entire video, and let's pretend it goes for half an hour. It'll play it for half an hour. But I don't want any of that half an hour time wasting. I only want certain sections of this video. So why don't you edit? And our editor is a breeze. Simple and easy. Click on the scissors. The video would load. The editor loads. Got your whole bunch of options. We're only going to interest you in two options. Start of the clip, which is that option. end of the clip, which is that option. So let's play the video. The video started playing and I go start of the clip. That's what I want. Let it play a bit more, and when it gets to where I want it, I go end of my clip. So that's the clip that I've just made, and I go that's chapter 1, and I'll go create the chapter, and there it is. I now want another chapter. So I want it from there, which is start of the clip, and let it play a little bit, and I go end of the clip, and I go that's my chapter 2, and I go create the chapter. Okay, now when I exit out, that's the same video, except watch the experience of the user. When they click on that video, it loads the video and it fast forwards to where it's supposed to be, and then just plays that section of the video and then plays the next section. So that's pretty cool. Now, you might say, oh, can I add questions? Absolutely. So just go add a, oops, sorry, don't want to add a resource. I want to add a question. So type in your question over here, whatever that question happens to be. You can put some hints on the question. You can say, that's an answer, that's a wrong answer, that's another wrong answer, that's another wrong answer, that's a correct answer, and that's a wrong answer, that's a wrong answer. And then you can say, that is my correct answer. You can say, oh, by the way, that's also the correct answer, and now I'll save that question. Okay, so now they can watch the video. But do they have to watch that video and then answer that question? Can I move that question up? Absolutely. You can move the video down, move the question up. I'll just go move it up. And now I've got the video, the question. I can now add another question, another question, another question, then the next video, and so forth and so on. And I still use the share link to be able to share that. And because it is a link, I can tell you and give you a report on who participated, when they participated, and we can do a whole range of amazing stuff. So you might want to get in and look at all the activity of what we do with smart lessons. It's quite an eye-opener. Okay, and by the way, when you go and do anything, every individual teacher has a My Items button. When they go to My Items, this is where every time you do anything gets added to the school's collection, but it also gets added to the individual teacher's storage area. The advantage of this is that you don't have to go and look at the entire school's collection. Just look at the ones you want, the one that you've added, the one that you're working on. And if you're in a school of 100 teachers and they're all adding 10 videos and lessons a week, you do not want to be looking at thousands and thousands. Click on My Items and there you are. And everything you've added is in here. That's the advantage of My Items. And unlike our competitors' system, you will never ever get an error message that says you've run out of space, or you've run out of users, or you've run out of storage, and you have to now delete stuff or stop using certain areas or whatever. With us, when you subscribe to TV4Education, you get everything. So build up your My Items and build up your school's collection. Okay. Last thing I want to show you before we go is, if you'd like more training material, you can ask us for training and we'll happily organize another one-on-one session for you and your school or your group of teachers or your curriculum department. However, you might also want to do this. Just go to YouTube anytime and in the search button on YouTube, type in TV4 Education. And guess what? You will get a whole range of videos on a whole range of topics on TV4Education. Okay? So you can go there and have a look and enjoy. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to present TV4Education for new users.